That's information that's not only helpful for you guys to know, but also for any potential new owners, so that they have a better sense of what are their liabilities going to be coming in.
What they do is
that stuff. So you need to market what's going on and what needs to happen.
But unless you can
actually
economically develop the town to help with the taxes,
And here's the two things
you
that-
are not going to
Right.
get young people to buy in town.
The other thing,
Island out of Fall River, I believe, next summer. So maybe we want to talk to Fall River and see how we can, take advantage of that, be a part of that.
to be aware of the tools, and this is the thing, it works for you as well as anything else. You have to be aware of the tools the government's given them. If it's tax increment financing, if it's jobs creation incentives, if it's streamlined permitting access, you have to know when someone comes in, even if you do have that master plan, you can say, here's my master plan, and here's how you can use it to create jobs in Somerset, to stabilize the tax base, to stabilize the economy in Somerset. If you just go, oh, here's what I got, I'm not familiar with my master plan or any of these other things, but read it and see what you think. Then someone's going to say, well, I think this. It's worked in, Indianapolis, so it should work here.
Oh, this is where Brayton Point Road.
But yeah, okay, so the selectmen and Dennis Luttrell will be the ones who file the letter with the state to ask for $100,000, and they will also present on that RFP, and then the town will choose who's going to carry it out.
it's like educational mecca of the world.
We're going to do our best out there to do that. You hear what everybody's talking about? Sit right down.
Okay, so is there someone from each of the small breakout groups that can give a quick report?
All right, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We have the Economic Development Group, and obviously you saw from the comments at the close of our regular session, we had some people really fired up in the Economic Development Group, and I was really happy about it because it goes back even beyond the issues that we came here to discuss today. It really goes to the root of sound economic development and reuse planning. So I was excited. I don't want to steal it, move everybody's camera angle. And I was so excited because that camera woman actually took part in those master plan walks through the downtown, and she reminded us that, yes, you do have a master plan, and yes, these policies do exist, and it was a great deal of public sweat and investment that came up with those things, so everybody should be more familiar with that master plan. I applaud you. All right, so this is the economic development. We're talking about policy number 4, but in and of loosely, identify existing natural or vacant properties with potential for reuse and begin to evaluate alternative scenarios for the future redevelopment of these sites. Well, you know what? In talking about the future redevelopment of these sites, my group decided that if you're going to talk about future redevelopment of these sites, it has to kind of fit in with the development that we have, the businesses that make Somerset right now, the community character, and promoting quality of life. Redevelopment is only a small portion of and reuse of your overall economic development scene and strategy. And this group nailed it. I mean, they talked about, this is a big one, do our current economic...
Revise the land use policy from the 2007 master plan. Instead of saying that create a plan for the future possibility of flower plant closings and plan for reuse of these sites, we thought we'd revise it to allow the option of if Break Point goes to gas, then fine. But if it doesn't, assuming that doesn't happen, then considering the town's best interest, create a plan for the future of power plants and plan for the reuse of these sites without saying closings.
Okay, I'll be quick. I'm responsible for the bad handwriting, so I'm the one who gets to do the report back. So we had so as the third small breakout group. Our group was focused on the economic development area of special interest in the Somerset Master Plan, the Montauk site. And as you'll see, I think a lot of the ideas that were shared in this group about the future of the Montauk site were very in line with a lot of the things that are already in the master plan. So the Montauk Power Plant represents the possibility for a dramatic change of land use, tax base, and character of Somerset. Planning steps for the possible reuse of the site should include the following: conduct a feasibility study of reuse strategies, including a preliminary assessment of brownfield issues, work with the current property owner to develop a transition and redevelopment strategy, amend zoning to support the reuse concept, and support redevelopment through appropriate incentives. And so, so this conversation ended up being focused around several main areas. So one was information that is needed, that people, you know, in this group, primarily Somerset residents, want to know about the Montauk site, how the public should participate in the discussion of a transition and the eventual transition of the Montauk site, what town leaders should do, and then also potential ideas for redevelopment. So I'll just walk through quickly a lot of the ideas that were shared. So, hi, thanks.
Thank you very much for being here. I hope you've gotten something positive out of it. The point in this is to bring something positive back. It is scheduled, but it depends on if the interest is there with having had the charrette so quickly, because I think the third Tuesday is on the 17th, which is only 10 days from now. But if the majority of people feel that there's something to be accomplished by meeting, we will be happy to hold a meeting. Otherwise, it will be in October. And we'll be glad to get the information out to all of you.